I have to get my theology right to be acceptable before God. Now, this might be something that you think, and it kind of makes sense that you might think that way, that you have to believe correctly to be accepted by God. However, I just want to remind us that being accepted by God is solely because of who He is. He is love, right? And so for God to be loving, that means that you don't have to believe the exact correct things to be accepted by God. Now, that doesn't mean that doctrine isn't important, when it comes to the Bible, when it comes to the scriptures, but a lot of dogma out there, that actually means, sets of core beliefs that shouldn't be questioned. I mean, I think the way we should do theology is to question what we have thought and to grow. But the main point I'm trying to make is to know that you are loved by God when you're doing theology, which is the study of God. And it is important to have good beliefs, right? And there are wrong beliefs. But my point is, so many times people can make you feel like you're really not acceptable before God because you don't have everything right. And, I think that this is something as humans that we do more to each other, right? It's not God who's not accepting us, it's each other. And so I think that theology should be more approached in the context of believers, being a family together and cheering each other on, to have better understandings and stuff. But, often we think someone is wrong in an area and we just tear them down. What we have to remember is to tear down bad theology, but not tear down people. This is important. And, I think that you can do this. I think that I can do this because we're already accepted by God. So let's start to accept each other, where we're at, and cheer each other on. That will come to better conclusions. And I'm sure there's things that I could clarify more here, but I would like to see people approaching theology in a way that is healthier, because I think a lot of times the way people do it now is just to say, no, that's wrong, don't believe that, rather than really look at why people believe what they believe. Because we all have to remember we all once were wrong about something.